I went from zero to $10,000 per month in AI freelancing using the VAMPS framework. And to give you some proof, here's $50,000 that I've collected in the past 3 months from doing AI freelancing. Just 2 years ago though, I was getting started. I had lots of valuable AI skills, but I didn't know how to sell them to people. I didn't know how to make money from them. Now I'm bringing in $10,000 per month, freelancing in AI and living out my digital nomad dream in Spain. If you're sitting on untapped value and you're ready to turn that value into income for yourself, then this video is going to show you how to do just that. If you have any questions, my social links are wherever you're watching this, in my profile. My DMs are always open. Just drop me a line. Step 1, you need to identify your value. You already have enough skills to get started. You probably just need to spend more time figuring out what those skills are. Neil Priestley is an Australian entrepreneur that I really love. He encourages entrepreneurs to recite this affirmation: I'm already standing on a mountain of value. My story is valuable, my experience is unique, and I'm highly valuable as I am. All of my future learning will come from the process of creative output. I had this quote stuck to my mirror for months as a daily reminder that I already had enough to get started and to make money using my skills. I believe school and corporate life kind of lead us into believing that we need one more skill before we get started. Another coding language, another year's experience, another educational course. I was stuck in that for a while, and it was a mistake. Instead, ask, what skills do I already have? What industries do I know best? What comes naturally to me? When I first got into AI, I had spent a year building websites for people and implementing basic SEO. I'd also spent a couple of years experimenting with and staying up to date with all the latest AI technologies. And I was pretty strong at systematic thinking. I think that bit's genetic, so thanks, Dad. Those skills combined made me the perfect candidate to build an automated SEO system for a marketing agency, which went on to save them £80,000 per year. That was my first AI project, simply by recognizing the skills and experiences that I already had. You will learn more along the way. Don't wait until you feel ready. You already have value today. So I'm going to encourage you to take action straight away. Okay, so grab yourself a piece of paper and write down 3 to 5 skills or experiences that make you valuable today. So now you understand what makes you valuable. Now you just need to find other people who see that value in you and make those people your friends. Collecting connections on LinkedIn really isn't going to get you very far. To get paid, you need to build trust and genuine relationships with those people that see your value. I've always had the most success when I approach this with curiosity. Who might find my skills useful? What could I learn from them? Or what might they find interesting about what I do? When you're starting out, it's really easy to assume what people want, but you'll often be wrong. So don't assume. Instead, ask questions. Do they already work with someone on this? Why? Why not? How much are they willing to pay for someone with expertise in this area? Listen first and then pitch later once you have a better understanding of that customer and what they actually need. Making friends, making connections takes patience and it takes effort. When I was getting started early in my career, I would often send cold messages to people, often clumsily, but over time, as I got better at this and it was able to come from a genuine place, it really did work. When I wanted to get into AI, I built this little automation and I sent it to 20 industry leaders in the niche that I was in. I got a handful of replies, but it wasn't until months later that I actually managed to meet up with one of those people. But that one conversation changed the trajectory of my entire year. If I'd quit after not getting that many replies, or if I'd led with a cold pitch, or if I just lost patience waiting to actually have a genuine conversation with someone, then none of it would have happened. So to summarize, be genuine, be curious, be patient, provide value, and just keep going. Again, I want you to take action here. Okay, so grab that piece of paper again, list 5 people or types of people that you think would see value in your skills. Then after this video, go start conversations with them and lead with curiosity, not a pitch. So now you know what makes you valuable. You've got some new friends in business that see that value too. And now you just need to figure out what it is that they actually want. What problem do they want solving? Don't fall into the trap of thinking you know best. Okay, let your new connections guide you. They understand what makes their business money and what's costing their business a lot of money. One way to do this is to just keep sharing ideas. Okay, these ideas don't need to be built. They definitely don't need to be polished. They just need to be relevant and interesting. The AI market is still really early. People haven't entirely figured it out yet, and it's moving really, really fast. New models and ways of using those models are cropping up every week. You'll be more in tune with those changes. You'll see them as they come in and you'll understand what they actually mean. And you're definitely going to be more in tune with those changes and what they actually mean than a busy business owner who just caught a glimpse of that new technology on their LinkedIn feed. So become their source of intel. Provide them contextualized insights into what these new technologies could mean for their business. And ask them for their thoughts. Do they actually see this as valuable? Over time, you'll really begin to understand their actual pain points, and you'll be able to pitch AI ideas in the context of their business. Eventually, the market will reveal what it needs. Either you'll propose something that clicks, or they'll come to you, seeing AI as a solution and you as the expert to deliver it. The market's revealed to me on many occasions what it needs. Okay, that's what allowed me to get my first project in AI. It's what's allowed me to continue to increase my prices and evolve my offer over time as I better understand what the market wants. Okay, so taking action on this step, I want you to look at that list of potential allies that you identified in step 2, and I want you to write down some recent AI innovations that you think might be relevant to them. Now, as I said earlier, the AI space is moving quickly and it's busy. It's like a crowded bazaar. It's noisy. Buyers know that there's value, they know that there's good stuff out there, but they're really wary of getting ripped off. When I bought some handmade mugs in a bazaar in Morocco a couple of years ago, the seller wasn't just friendly. She showed me how she made them, right in front of me. That transparency built trust, and I felt really good about buying those mugs. It's the same in AI. People are wary of the people who are just jumping on the hype, the talkers, the people who will tell you what it can do, but they won't actually go and prove it. So I find transparency and proof to be hugely valuable in overcoming this. Before I build a full solution, I create a small proof of concept. Okay, so I pull together everything that's going to be needed, I put them all together manually, and I share that result with the prospect. For example, when I built an SEO content generation platform for an agency, I showed them, here are all the APIs that we're going to use, here's the data that we will get, and here's what the final outcome will look like. And I did all of that manually, just doing API call by API call, building that data flow so that I could prove that what we were trying to do was possible. And so it builds trust. It helps the client understand what you're doing, and it helps them to understand what that final result will look like. It also gives you a lot of confidence going into that project because you know what you've promised you're going to be able to deliver on. For the proof action step, I want you to identify the smallest proof of concept that you would need just to prove that your bigger idea is actually possible. Now, in practice, it's really important that you don't skip steps 1, 2, and 3. Don't dive straight into building solutions. Okay, that's the technologist's trap. Don't worry, I used to do it all the time myself. But now's the time to stop being naive and actually follow a process that works. So you've made it to the final step of your journey. If all goes well, you're going to be getting paid for your first AI project. But you must get this final step right. By now, you're in a strong position. Okay, the prospect trusts you. They have a problem that you've already proven you can solve, and implementation is the next obvious step. Work hard to remove uncertainty here. Always explicitly agree on timelines and deliverables. If possible, start with a smaller phase 1 project that delivers value quickly for them and de-risks further investment in your services. Price based on the value that you're delivering. If the problem you're solving isn't big enough to command a solid fee, walk away. Okay, don't waste your time. Remember, you're valuable. And there's a big market out there, so return to step 3, identify a more significant demand from the market, and go again. Once you're both happy with the scope and the pricing, get commitment. I recommend collecting at least 50% of the value of the total build before you get started. And that's it. You've been paid for your first AI project. Deliver a quality service, and you can turn this customer into a long-term partner as AI continues to evolve. So that was the VAMPS framework: value, allies, market, proof, sales. Follow them in order and you'll get paid for your first AI freelance project. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is the exact framework that I used to go from $0 to $10,000 per month with AI freelancing. Now I'm living in Spain as a digital nomad and I get to work on projects that I find genuinely interesting and engaging. It's not magic, okay? It's going to take patience. It's going to take a lot of thought, a lot of work, a lot of persistence. But importantly, this is a genuine, logical, and proven way to enter the AI space as a freelancer with technical skills. There are businesses out there that need your help. They just need to know who you are, and you need to find an appropriate and profitable way of working with them. I hope you found this video useful. I will be covering each element of this framework in greater detail in future videos. So if there's anything that you'd like me to address, please leave a comment down below or send me a DM on LinkedIn or Instagram. I wish you all the best in implementing the VAMPS framework and building your dream AI freelance business. Thanks for watching.